All right. Well, let's switch it up a little bit again and go back to Uber. Some things from there. We got to talk about that. This story, you know, we're going to be talking about right now. Oh man, Uber sues New York City Taxi Commission to block rate hike for drivers, so they don't want to pay you more.
Yeah,
essentially, is what it comes down to.
And by the way, I mean, look, this is pretty obvious what they're trying to do. So TLC passed new rates to be in effect as of January 1, 2023. And then each driver on the minimum, I think it went up to $27 an hour. By the way, that's not just on active hour, that's overall hour, which is great. So the commission on November 15th approved the first increase in fares since, Uber, since when?
2012, 10 years ago.
First increase in 10 years, while my tires and gas and maintenance have gone triple over the last 3. Okay, cut us a break here, okay? Yep. So their excuse, Uber's excuse is, or Lyft too as well, their deal is, well, if we price these chips, you know, so high, this is from December 9th, by the way, we're going to lose a lot of, a lot of passengers. I'm like, last time I checked, you guys, with all the TLC has done in protection of drivers, the New York ridership is exactly the same. Demand did not go down, okay? So Uber Technologies sued New York City Taxi Limousine Commission to block an increase in rates. It must pay drivers. That was approved last month. Yeah, okay, hello, welcome to the real world, Uber. So since 2012, in 10 years, the first rate increase. Come on, bro, okay? And then Uber said it would be forced to spend an additional 21 to 23 million a month if the rule goes into effect. No, Uber, you're not going to do anything like that. You're going to jack the price up on the passenger, and that's what you've been doing for the last 3 years anyway.
Because the chips that's their default. That's just their default.
Yeah.
If you do anything, we're gonna have to raise rates. Well, no shit, you're gonna have to raise rates. If you have to pay drivers more, you have to raise rates. It's just the way business works.
I mean, hello, they go like as if like they put the sentence as if like it's coming out of their pocket, Chris.
Yeah, right.
Wow, I'm crying for that. And it goes such a significant fare hike right before the holidays. I'm like, seriously, bro? Okay, would irreparably damage Uber's reputation. Wow. Okay, what reputation is that? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know, but you know, the Seattle one and Washington's worked out pretty well. New York City prior to this has worked out pretty well.
Look at this, bro. Look at this.
London has worked out pretty well.
I mean, this is like pot calling the kettle black. Look at Uber play the victim. Such a significant fare hike right before the holidays would irreparably damage Uber's reputation, impair goodwill, and risk permanent loss of business and customers. Okay.
Hold on. Who else is going to have to fall under this? Everybody. Every single person in New York City is getting a rate hike, including taxi drivers and other companies besides Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have to follow this.
Yeah, and it says the company said the commission suddenly switched to a volatile inflation index. Well, that's because inflation is volatile and it's gone through the roof, Uber. For a one-time increase, that makes no sense. Okay, here's what makes no sense. Okay, whoever is watching this at Uber, Lyft, Doordash, okay? This is what makes no sense. When the driver rates, which we don't have anymore, miles and minutes, stayed the same for the last 5 years, while inflation has gone through the roof by rent and maintenance and gas and tires and everything else that a driver uses. FYI, we bring our own tools to work, by the way, Uber, if you didn't know. Those rates are up by 60, 80, 100%. But now you're crying that you have to raise rates more while you haven't been paying the driver any differently anyway. So what are you worried about? You'll just take more from the passenger and keep it all for yourself. Okay, there you go. I said it. Because to me, inflation is hurting who the most? The damn driver who has the costs of the car, bro. Actually, Chris, I can't wait until these autonomous vehicles come in. And these guys are going to be stuck with $10 billion of autonomous vehicle inventories, bro. Then they have to pay for the cars. Then they're going to figure out, oh, shit, we own the cars. Well, what's happening here? We haven't owned the car for a decade.
And then because of the new technology, they get into an accident, and then the rider is going to sue the shit out of you, and you have to face the liability.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. So under Uber, Lyft, driver pay rates will increase by 7% per minute and 24% per mile under the commission's plan. Thank you, TLC. Much appreciated. A sample trip of 30 minutes and 7.5 miles will require a minimum payment of 27. So Uber is saying I cannot charge 55 because if I pay the driver 27, I have to double that, charge 55 bucks for 7.5 miles because we're going to lose passengers. Hey, man, look, they passed all the laws when it comes to, the 5 boroughs. Okay. You have cap limits. You're putting schedules on people anyway. There is congestion pricing. All these things did not slow down any of the demand. If it did, you would be crying way more than this. Okay. So please bring those numbers up and say, oh, because we raised the rates, our numbers have declined. Not so, Uber. Last 3 years, you have raised the rates 30 to 50%, and Lyft and Doordash in the country on the passengers or the consumer. They're still there. In fact, you had the best quarter you had last year, right? Last quarter, second quarter, third quarter, best quarter Uber had. Why? Because passengers are not doing those trips for 30 to 50% more? They are. There you go. So stop bitching and moaning. Give them the shit. Anyway, there you go.
Mm-hmm. And then just give other drivers that too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But no, TLC has balls, bro. They have balls of steel. There you go.
I think it's balls of ignorance. That's really what it is. I think it's like if you actually, paid the drivers, 87% of your issues would probably go away in the drop of a bucket,
Exactly. But it's like, whatever.
So all right. Well, let's switch it up a little bit. So that's where Uber is when it comes to not wanting to pay drivers more. Just it just speaks volumes again. When it comes to the grand scheme of them, both Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all these companies, obviously they're in it to make money, and they are doing it on the backs of the drivers. And we've seen time and time again people who work there that say, it's the drivers who are the backbone of the company, and if you don't have drivers, you don't have a business.
No
and it's the same thing across all platforms. So you might want to pay attention to your drivers, because if you keep, doing these types of things, you're going to have a smaller and smaller and smaller pool of drivers who are going to come on board, and you're going to have to bring back bonuses. You're going to have to bring back things, and there's going to be some issues there. So, or you could just avoid all that. Start paying drivers what they're worth. Start paying for these higher car costs, these higher just overall costs in general, food costs, your different costs associated with pretty much everything has gone up. Oh, they said that just this past year over year is now it's 7.1%. So I should be seeing a 7.1% increase from just last year to this year. Do I see that? No.
No. And guess what, though? Guess who has 7% increase coming up to them as of January 1, 2023? Seattle. Haha. Because they put the inflation index in their pricing. 7% more now.
And are they bitching?
No,
are they bitching?
Acceptance rates are 99% in Seattle.
There you go. That just explained it. You want Uber and Lyft. You're watching this. I know you are. So I'm going to give you the quick sauce recipe. Make sure you get 100% an acceptance. Well, 99% acceptance rate.
Yeah.
And that is going to be take Washington, take Seattle, and expand it to the entire country, and you'll have everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right. Drive smart, everyone.